Hey, this is Deepak here, and welcome to this video on the inbound lead generation and nurturing funnel. This funnel is also called the CATT funnel, which stands for Content, Attention, Trust, and Transaction. So, this methodology has been developed by me, and it is a twist on the old methodology, which is AIDA: Attention, Interest, Desire, and Action. So AIDA is a sales funnel which is usually used by salespeople. And if you have watched this movie called Glengarry Glen Ross, in that he talks about the AIDA funnel. So if you have not watched that movie, go ahead and just search for Glengarry Glen Ross sales scene, and there is a short clip which is very famous among salespeople. Here, we are not going to necessarily go ahead and do sales manually using one-on-one sales techniques. And what we are going to do is that we are kind of bringing the one-on-one sales techniques into a funnel, which can run automatically for us without us having to do anything about it. So one of the reasons that creating a funnel is important, especially for B2C, is because the number of potential customers that are out there who might be interested in your product or service is in the thousands. When it comes to B2B lead generation, you can point out the people who might be interested in your products and services. For example, if you are a freelancer or if you are running a digital marketing agency, then you know that who your target customers are, and you can find out their contact details and reach out to them directly. However, if you are having a B2C product and assuming that this product is not towards the left end of the spectrum, and assuming that your product lies inside the funnel zone, it will be very difficult for you to find out who your target customers are, even if you can find out their contact details and reach out to them. And a typical example of this is a real estate company trying to get a database of names and phone numbers, and there is a huge call center where all the call center people are trying to call all the people in the database and asking them whether they are interested in a flat or in a plot. And usually this does not work very well. People try to do like a brute force methodology to try to call thousands of people, and maybe if they call 1,000 people, maybe five of them would be interested, and one of them might be interested in purchasing their product, but that is also very questionable, right? So that is the biggest problem with B2C. You cannot reach out to the potential customers and you do not know where they are. And when it comes to B2C products such as real estate, automobiles, appliances, or whatever it might be, it is very difficult to find out if people need that at any point in time. It's not like a business where if you reach out to a business and say that you want to provide digital marketing services to them, most of them they will say yes, because for businesses it is an investment which will yield returns. So they will consider it at any point in time. But however, if you are going ahead and asking people randomly if they are interested in buying an automobile, a house, or let's say if it is something like a vacation, most of the people would say no most of the time. Most of them would have already bought a house and they would not be looking to buy another house. And the rest of the people would not be in position to buy a house. Automobile sales will happen probably once in a few years for an individual. And that's how these things work, right? When you are in the B2C segment, you cannot reach out to people who might be interested in your product and you do not know when they would need your product. So the only way to go ahead and attract people into your business is to create a funnel and let the funnel do the work for you. So the funnel is going to attract people into your brand. It is going to engage people automatically. It is going to segment and filter out people, the most interested leads. And then you can have a sales team reach out to the most interested prospects and then you can close the sale. And we have done a lot of projects. So we have had a client in the real estate space, and we ran projects for them as part of our agency, and we went ahead and created an inbound marketing funnel for a real estate client, and we created blog posts, we created content which would attract potential customers, then we put them into a sales funnel, then we had inside sales people, then we had field sales people, and the funnel worked beautifully. And I'm also going to show you a case study of how this entire funnel worked for them, and you will be able to read through a bunch of case studies and watch a bunch of videos on how we executed projects for a real estate client, how we executed project for a media company, and how we did it for a very big Fortune 500 company and everything, which will kind of give you a very clear idea about how the entire methodology works. And as I have told you before in the previous video, the same methodology can be used for B2B as well, because when your B2B business grows, you will not be able to handle all the leads manually, and you will not be able to reach out to all the leads. Like for example, right now at this point in time, where I am running my digital marketing agency, and my personal brand Digital Deepak has gone to such a level where I'm getting a lot of inquiries. I don't need to reach out to people, but I will not be able to go ahead and even have a call with all the people who are reaching out to me, and I need a filtration mechanism. So my inbound lead generation methodology is set, and I am in a business where I kind of fall in both B2C and B2B segments. B2C is where I am selling my courses and information products to people, and B2B is where I am providing them the digital marketing services. So because I have created this funnel, I also end up people who are looking for digital marketing services. I end up attracting them into my funnel, and they are looking for digital marketing services from my agency. So here I have like a filtration mechanism so that I can filter out the most interested people who might be having the ability to pay me and having the ability to fund the entire team for a particular digital marketing project. So I will show how the entire funnel works in terms of filtration mechanism and everything. And that is how you should approach the entire thing. Initially, when you are an agency or a freelancer and when you are in the B2B business, you will be reaching out to people. But let's say 3 years down the line, 5 years down the line, if you want to scale the number of leads that you are generating, then you need to invest in creating a funnel. And if you look at a lot of software companies, especially SaaS companies, let's say you have SaaS companies like Ahrefs who are into SEO. They help you go ahead and generate keywords. They help you go ahead and find out backlinks. And it's a B2B company, but they have an inbound funnel because as a B2B company, they have gone to a certain level in terms of brand popularity, and they don't need to reach out to people directly to try to go ahead and sell their software. So they are probably still doing it for enterprises, but they won't do it for small businesses and medium businesses. Small businesses and medium businesses would be attracted into their funnel, and they do content marketing and they do all such kind of inbound stuff so that people are attracted to them even though they are a B2B company. So what I am going to do is that I am going to give you an overview of inbound lead generation. I am going to tell you what are the high level concepts involved in it, especially the CATT funnel, content, attention, trust, transaction. So in this video, I will tell you about all the 4 different sections, which is CATT, and I will give you a basic explanation for it. And in this specific module, I have separate videos for content, attention, trust, and transaction. And in that, I will also show you some examples of how I have built my CATT funnel. And then we have separate modules for content, attention, and trust and transaction, right? So first we are having like a bird's eye view of the entire thing. And then we are going to go deeper and deeper into each of these sections so that you can connect everything. And we are just zooming out, looking at the forest first, and then we are zooming in, and then we are examining the trees. So I want you to kind of have that perspective in mind so that you know where we are in terms of mapping out our entire learning path. So why inbound lead generation? Reaching out to people is not scalable. Lead magnets can generate interested leads and nurture them on automation. Inbound leads will have better conversion ratio than going ahead and trying to do prospecting. And this applies to both B2B and B2C leads. It's more lead towards B2C than B2B. So just a quick recap of what we have seen so far. And when you look at the entire methodology, we are having a lead magnet, which becomes the content, which is attracting people into the funnel. And then it is going to give us customers, and it is going to give us targeted customers. So here, this is just a stock image that I have taken from a stock image website. And this is the old funnel, right? You have awareness, interest, desire, and action. And to some level, AIDA funnel will also be fitting into the entire sales process. But considering that we are talking about inbound marketing, we are going to move into the CATT funnel. So you are going to attract prospects using lead magnets, nurture them by providing additional content, get the attention and build trust with engagement, and then when enough trust is built, get them to transact with you. So CATT, content, attention, trust, transaction. And this is how the entire thing looks. You have the lead magnet, which is the content, which is something that you develop first, because without the lead magnet, nobody is going to get attracted to you in the first place. And you can see that, the analogy to give here is that bees get attracted to flowers because there is nectar in the flowers. Without having nectar in the flowers, bees will not get attracted to the flowers in the first place. So the lead magnet is the content which attracts people. So instead of putting attention first, I have put content first, because without creating the content, you will not be able to drive attention to it. So once you have created the content, then you have different methods to drive attention to it. So you have SEO, ads, social media, and all the traffic methods which will drive attention to the content. And then once you have got the attention, you need to keep the attention. And if you have seen my funnel, I'm advertising a free content, which is like, hey, get my free 25-part digital marketing course, or I'm saying, hey, get my free ebook. But it is not enough that I drive attention to the content. I also need to go ahead and keep that attention. So that is where we are building trust. That's where drip marketing and retargeting comes into play. So you are creating the content, driving attention to it, then you are building trust with your leads. And once you have built trust with your leads, then you are going to go ahead and do the sales and conversion so that you can transact with them, so that they can transact with you. Only when we get into the transaction part, then we are going to have the conversion happen, and that's where the profit comes in. And the profit is going to fund the creation of new content. It is also going to fund driving attention to the content. So each of these sections are separate modules in itself. And in this particular module, each of these sections are a separate video in itself. So first you are having like a bird's eye view, and then you are going deep into it. So once you complete the entire CATT funnel, then you will be able to kind of build your own funnel and start making profits from it. And when we are talking about sales and conversion, transaction, the same methods can be applied for B2B as well. So when we are talking about B2B and B2C, we are looking at the entire thing in a high level, but that does not mean that you cannot apply the trust building mechanisms in B2B leads, and you definitely need to apply the sales and conversion mechanisms for the B2B leads that we are going to have a look at. So that's about it for this video. And in the next videos in this module, we will have a look at content, attention, trust, and transaction. So thank you for watching this video. Go ahead and leave a comment below about what you have learned today. And I will see you in the next video right now.